It once had a flag, a president, an army, and dreams of independence. But in a single week, it all collapsed. This is the story of the country that disappeared overnight. This is Nagorno-Karabakh. It's a mountainous landlocked region nestled between Armenia and Azerbaijan, right there. Then just a few years ago, it all came to a boiling point. In a matter of weeks, the fragile peace shattered. Ethnic cleansing, allegations of genocide, and a refugee crisis shook the world. And now the region faces an uncertain future. Ever since the Soviet Union collapsed, it's been at the heart of one of the world's most complicated conflicts. Well, it all boils down to something called the Soviet Union. Back in the day, the Soviet Union ruled the region. But when the Union dissolved in 1991, Nagorno-Karabakh found itself in a power struggle. This marked a significant escalation in the conflict and came as a surprise due to its intensity and speed. This swift move came as a shock to many and highlights the changing dynamics in the region. The Republic of Artsakh then announced its dissolution by the end of the year. It's about real people with real stories. It's about families torn apart, homes destroyed, and futures uncertain. It's easy to get lost in the complexities of geopolitics. But we must remember that behind every headline, there are real people with hopes, dreams, and fears just like us. The conflict over Nagorno-Karabakh isn't just a clash of armies and ideologies. It's a heartbreaking tale of division, displacement, and the fragility of identity. It's a story that compels us to look beyond the battlefield and connect with the humanity that binds us all. Think about the elderly couple living in Stepanakert, the regional capital. They've spent their entire lives here, raising a family and building a life. But now they're facing an impossible choice: leave everything they know and love behind, or stay and face the consequences. Then there's the young artist who poured his heart and soul into murals depicting the history and culture of Nagorno-Karabakh. With each stroke of his paintbrush, he expressed his identity and pride. But now his masterpieces are under threat, caught in the crossfire of a conflict he never asked for. And what about the school children learning about the world through textbooks and teachers? What will become of their education, their dreams and aspirations? Will they grow up knowing a different reality? International calls for restraint and peaceful resolution were made, but were initially disregarded. This sudden mass displacement raises serious concerns about the safety and well-being of the fleeing population. Your journey awaits. Let's explore together. Human rights groups have raised the alarm about the safety of those left behind, urging all parties to protect the fundamental rights and security of the civilian population. Meanwhile, Azerbaijan has vowed to punish those responsible for the unrest, promising amnesty for some while warning others of severe consequences. As the dust settles over Nagorno-Karabakh, the eyes of the world are on this volatile region, unsure of what the next chapter might bring. The offensive involved heavy artillery and airstrikes, causing substantial damage to both sides. Despite international efforts to reach a ceasefire, the fighting continued unabated. As the conflict intensified, thousands of civilians were displaced, leaving the region with a growing refugee crisis. The fighting continued through the winter months and into 2021. As the conflict dragged on, global concerns about the humanitarian situation grew. The use of force without clear objectives raised questions about the ultimate goals of the Azerbaijani military. Peace negotiations resumed, but with little success. Finally, on November 9, 2020, a Russia-brokered ceasefire agreement was reached. Under the terms of the deal, Armenia agreed to cede significant territories to Azerbaijan, including areas surrounding Nagorno-Karabakh. Russian peacekeepers were deployed to the region to monitor the situation. This marked a significant shift in the conflict, with Armenia effectively ceding territories it had previously held. You see, the Soviets had a habit of mixing things up. They moved people around for work, shuffled borders, and mixed up cultures. So when the Soviet Union fell apart, everyone started claiming their own piece of the pie. And Nagorno-Karabakh was in the middle of it. The people living there, mostly ethnic Armenians, wanted to be part of Armenia. But guess what? The government in Moscow didn't agree. They said, nope, it's part of Azerbaijan. Suddenly, Nagorno-Karabakh was like, wait, hold up. We have a say in this too. And that's when the trouble really started. For decades, Nagorno-Karabakh was frozen in time. The fighting had stopped, but no one could agree on who should control the region. So what exactly is going on here, and why should you care? Well, That's what we're going to find out today. Now let's dive into today's big question. What happened in Nagorno-Karabakh? I'm your host, and you're watching the Day Tour. The territory we're talking about today is called Nagorno-Karabakh, but it's also known as Artsakh. It's located in the South Caucasus, a region known for its stunning natural beauty and complex history. Geographically, it sits between Armenia and Azerbaijan, right there. But here's the catch. Even though the majority of people living there are ethnic Armenians, it's internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan. You heard that right. A large group of people trapped between two countries. It's like being caught in the middle of a never-ending game of tug-of-war. Welcome to the Day Tour, where we explore the hidden corners of the world. Let's start with some basic facts about the region. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering how on earth this situation even happened. Before we move further, please take a moment to subscribe and support us. On September 27, 2020, Azerbaijan launched a large-scale military offensive aimed at regaining control of the territories. Fast forward to September 2023, Azerbaijan launched a lightning offensive, retaking the entire region in just 5 days. Over the course of 6 days, more than 100,000 ethnic Armenians fled Nagorno-Karabakh, fearing persecution or violence by Azerbaijan. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that's a crazy situation. But the thing is, it's not just about borders and politics. As we witness these unfolding events, we can't help but wonder about the human cost of this conflict. And if you want to dive deeper into these hidden corners of the world, exploring the intricate tapestry of our planet's cultures, conflicts, and complexities, I invite you to subscribe to the Day Tour.